Katie, what's your name? Jane. I like £10 baby lady. The big short baby. You're going to start the clap of the tune. We're going to bring on Carly McNamara. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, go wild crazy!
Hi, I'm Carly, and I'm going to be your resident medievalist for the evening. Yeah. So, just to let you know how nerdy I'm going to be about that, I'm going to start with this. I've set the submission date for my thesis as the 20th of May. As I'm sure you all know, this is the anniversary of the Battle of Nectansmere, which happened in 685 AD. I can also tell you that there's a picture stone in the churchyard at Aberlymno that is thought to depict this battle. The next question is, will any of the people involved in the final parts of my thesis remember this or care? Probably not. But I love my field, I really do, and I'm quite fortunate I get to be a graduate teaching assistant in, medieval Celtic culture, and it's fantastic. Mostly because there's lots of ridiculous stuff that I get to talk about every day. I was recently talking with my students about Gildas, who's one of my favorite historical people, and that's heavily because he hates everyone and everything, except sometimes the Romans. I mean, to the point that I call the tutorial in which we discuss them, Gildas hates. Just lay it right out there. But, one of the other things I love about him is that we're not really that sure when he lived. We know it was sometime in the 6th century, and this isn't Gildas's fault. He's been really helpful. He lets us know that he was born in the same year as the Battle of Badon Hill, which would be great if we knew when or where the fuck that was. And then he goes even further to help us and says that he's writing in the 44th year of his life, which, again, see reference to Battle of Badon Hill. I know you tried, Gildas, you really tried. And we're not even that sure, where he was writing, because we just have to kind of guess based on his letters to 5 different kings that he really takes the piss out of. And indeed, Gildas is best known for a scathing polemic on British society known as De Excidio Britanniae, or On the Destruction of Britain. And no, this is not a conservative post-Brexit manifesto. No. But yeah, he really goes on to say how horrible he thinks the British are, and everyone. It's great. And in his writing, which I love the style of his writing, it's really poetic and paints fabulous pictures for me as I'm reading it. One of my favorites is a reference to the Scots, but not the Scots you're thinking about, and the Picts, and he says that they're like dark throngs of worms who wriggle out of fissures in the rock when the sun is high and the weather grows warm. Yeah, that's good stuff. He goes on to say that they are readier to cover their villainous faces with hair than their nether parts in neighboring regions with clothes. Get it, Gildas? And he goes on to talk about the ruling classes, about how they swear false oaths, they make vows and then almost immediately break them. They wage civil wars unjust, and they chase thieves around the countryside energetically, but reward the thieves that sit with them at table. Oh shit, did we get onto modern politics now? No, okay, moving on. My husband has recently asked me if there is a point at which there will be no new substantial contributions for PhD students to make to my field. And I told him, no, it's going to be fine because we spend lots of time finding new things and arguing over the translations of old things, and there's still lots to be done. And I've spent some time recently kind of ruminating on how my thesis has developed over the last 3.5 years. And when I first imagined my thesis, you're got a lot of pep in your step when you first start. Some high hopes, some high expectations, and if you were gonna anthropomorphize your thesis, it would be a bear. Yeah, but not just any bear, like a great wild grizzly bear. It's got massive claws to slash its way through the current scholarship, and it's gonna roar your new contribution, yeah! But recently I've realized my thesis is now a baby panda. It's still a bear, but we've lowered expectations now. He's really cute, but he has no idea what's going on, and he falls over and off of everything constantly. I'm gonna have to drag him into my Viva and fluff him up a little bit and point him at my examiners, and hopefully they'll think he's cute too. But you don't really see fourth year PhD students anywhere. It's meant to be one of the most stressful parts of your thesis, those last few months. And most fourth year PhDs kind of sequester themselves away behind locked doors and cold offices, and all you hear is these murmurs from behind a locked door, punctuated by the occasional agonizing wail. Like wizards. Mysterious and terrifying. So I'm in these last few crazy months of my thesis, and what am I doing? Oh man, that's a question. Let's see, I have taken on an additional tutorial. I am doing more stand-up comedy. I have got a paper accepted at a conference. And I've joined the editorial board of my university's postgraduate journal. Holy shit! What am I doing? This is not going to end well. No, not at all. So this is me, a wizard trying to figure out how to brew a potion to turn my baby panda back into a grizzly bear. Thank you.